I lost 12 seconds the first time. Not sleep, not blinking, just missing. I was standing in my kitchen, staring at the microwave clock, waiting for it to hit 0. One moment it read 0:12. The next it beeped. I don't remember closing my eyes. I remember the sound of the beep surprising me, like it happened too soon. I checked the time on my phone. Normal. Everything lined up. I laughed it off. Everyone zones out. Everyone loses track of a few seconds. The second time I was driving. That one scared me. I was stopped at a red light, hands on the wheel, watching the pedestrian signal count down. I remember thinking how slow it was moving. Then I was through the intersection. Green light behind me. Cars honking. I checked the dashcam later. There was a clean gap in the footage. No blur. No glitch. Just a jump forward. 14 seconds gone. I pulled over and sat there shaking, telling myself it was stress, lack of sleep, anything that let me keep driving home. That night, I set up my phone on the bedside table and recorded myself sleeping. The video was 8 hours long, except for the parts where it wasn't. There were 6 cuts in the footage, clean skips forward, like someone had edited them out. I watched myself lie still, breathing evenly, then suddenly be in a different position. I never saw myself move. I never saw my eyes close. The gaps got longer after that. Sometimes 30 seconds. Sometimes a full minute. Always the same pattern. Awareness, then absence, then awareness again. No dizziness. No confusion. Just a quiet certainty that something had happened while I wasn't there for it. People started acting differently around me. Not all at once. Small things at first. A coworker flinched when I laughed. My neighbor avoided eye contact and stopped speaking mid-sentence when I walked past. One night, a friend asked me a question I didn't remember answering. "You already told me," she said slowly. "Why are you asking again?" I stared at her. "Told you what?" She swallowed. "Never mind." But she didn't look relieved. She looked unsettled. I went to a doctor. They ran tests, scans, sleep studies. Everything came back normal. "No signs of seizures," he said. "No dissociation. No neurological issues." "So why am I losing time?" I asked. He hesitated. "You're not losing time," he said carefully. "You're just not aware of all of it." That didn't help. I started wearing gloves at night. I don't know why. Instinct, maybe. One morning, I woke up with dirt under the fingernails anyway. Another morning, there was a shallow cut on my palm I didn't remember getting. Then came the messages. Text notifications I didn't remember sending. Simple things. "I'm awake. I see it now. Don't close your eyes." I sent one to myself by accident. I watched the phone in my hand light up with the message as it arrived. The timestamp matched a gap. The worst part wasn't the missing time. It was what happened when I tried to stop it. I taped my eyelids open once. I don't recommend that. It burned. It watered. My vision blurred. I sat on my bed, eyes forced open, staring at the wall, daring whatever it was to take me. The gap still happened. I didn't blink. I didn't black out. One moment I was staring at the wall. The next I was standing in the hallway, barefoot, facing the front door. My eyes were dry, wide open. That's when I understood. Closing my eyes wasn't the trigger. Not being seen was. I set up cameras after that. Not to record myself, just to record the room. Every angle, every corner. The first time I checked the footage, I threw up. Because when the gap happened, I didn't disappear. I stayed exactly where I was. But something else moved. The room didn't change. The furniture didn't shift. But the air did. Thickened. Folded inward. And then there was a distortion where my shadow should have been. Not another shape. An absence. Like the light didn't know what to do with me. When awareness snapped back, the distortion was gone. The room looked normal again. But I knew something had been using the space where I wasn't watching. The next gap lasted almost 3 minutes. When I came back, I was sitting on the floor, hands in my lap, breathing calmly. The cameras caught the entire thing. I never moved, but the shadow on the wall did. It stretched, bent, stood up, and leaned down until its head was where mine would have been if I'd stood. When it finished, it stepped back into place, flattened, and when it was done, awareness returned, like nothing had happened. I stopped sleeping entirely. I kept the lights on, sat upright, forced myself to stay alert, but it didn't need sleep. It didn't need darkness. It just needed permission. The permission came every time I stopped paying attention. Every time my mind drifted. Every time I trusted the moment to hold without supervision. The last gap was the longest. I know because I woke up somewhere else. Not the floor. Not the hallway. The bathroom. Facing the mirror. My reflection was already there. Eyes open. Waiting. And for the first time, it spoke before I did. "You can rest now," it said. "I've learned enough." I don't know how long I stood there after that, because the next thing I remember is writing this, and feeling tired, so tired, and knowing, the next time I stop watching myself, I won't come back at all.